headphones from EarFun, open fit, clip design. Sounds amazing. Let's get started. Here we have the package, the EarFun Clip 2 by EarFun. It comes, of course, just like the predecessor, with LDAC support, high-res audio, Google Fast Pair. We have a 12mm drivers on board. We have multi-connect, Bluetooth 6.0, and we even have IP55 rating here. You can get the app for Google Play Store or for the Apple App Store. And this is the packaging here already. As you see, it is not branded too much, just written EarFun there. And if you open it up in the correct orientation, you'll find nothing because I have them in my ears here. These are the ear clips themselves. Let's take a quick look. This is the base unit here. We have the charging pins there. We have a button because, yes, this thing uses a button instead of touch. There's the EarFun logo itself again. And we have the music unit with the driver, the 12mm driver here. And yeah, the C-bridge here, as you see, and this will fit nicely into your ear with the button pointing out. So the controls are pretty intuitive. First of all, you can see I can reach it very easily. I'm holding it like this so you can see a little bit more. So I can just, because it's on the top, always use my pointy finger. Or my pinky if I want to, but even if I adjust it, that's one of the big pluses for this. I will not accidentally hit anything. I have to really press down to do something. Pressing down, if you press once down, it will go one step down with the volume. If you do it on the left ear, if I do it on the right ear and I press once, it will go up one step with the volume. On either of them, I can double press to play or pause. So that means if I am in pause, I can of course play. If I am playing, I pause. A triple press here will go back one song. A triple press on this here will go forward one song. So we have very good controls on board. Let's talk a little bit about fit and comfort. And the good positive point about open fit clip style earbuds is you can easily put them on, easily put them off, and easily forget about them after 2 minutes of wearing them because they are so lightweight that you don't feel them. The only time you might feel them is if you want to go to bed, lie down and you notice, hey, there is something. But even after a few minutes, you might forget about it, especially if you're listening to nice music, and yeah, fit and comfort is top notch with them. In theory, I could now walk outside with those headphones because they have IP55 rating, but I think it's not meant so much for the rain. It's more for sports and action if they get a bit of sweaty or it starts raining if you're outside. I think I go in again, it's too cold. Back inside again. Let's talk a little bit about the audio quality because this is the perfect weather to just listen to your favorite audiobook or favorite music. And you can do it with even those open clip designs because the sound is very good for what they offer. 12mm drivers are pretty large for sure. You have to wear them, however, not in your ear, on your ear. And there is something special about those EarFun and their sound tuning because it's not the typical boomy bassy kind that tries to mask that their mids and highs are a bit of meh. They focus more on the mids and highs and are very precise and very good without completely sacrificing the bass. Yes, it is not as bassy as maybe some competitors, but it's a very neutral kind of sound that leans towards more mids and highs that are a bit more precise, elevated here. You have, however, the possibility to change the sound signature to whatever you like, but I'm talking about the default one that I would recommend because I, after a few hours of using it, really fell in love with it. I was known, or I knew all the bassy kind of clip designs that have also some engagement for sure, but this one here with the emphasis on vocals and on highs is also very, very good for, like I said, audiobooks, movies, or everything else that does not sound usually that crystal clear, and at least not with the bassy ear clips. And this is one of the specialties here that I really like. How does it work for music, however? Because some people might want to work out with them or listen to music while they're working but still get the input from their environment. It is possible as well to listen to music and to have engaging kind of music. Yes, the bass is a little bit lackluster in comparison to some others, but because of the very engaging mids, vocals get pushed forward a lot more, and this is also creating a bit of engagement, especially if you have very vocal heavy tracks. If you have less vocal heavy tracks, then the push up in the mids also helps to elevate the focus on instruments, at least on certain instruments that are not very bassy. And this is also creating a very engaging kind of sound. So these are the clip designs that I would say if you want not a super bassy kind of sound, but more of a neutral, more mid and high centric sound. This is a microphone quality that you can expect from the EarFun Clip 2 in a quiet environment. So when you're at home, when you do a Teams meeting call, you have the possibility to use them quite good because they have a quadruple microphone setup, so 4 mics there that should help with getting the best voice pickup. And I think the audio quality is adequate for what Bluetooth can do actually. But let's check them out in a bit of a more noisy environment. Oh, I'm using the EarFun Clip 2 next to a busy street, cars passing by. This is the end box for every headphone, especially when it comes to call quality. If you can, first of all, be heard by the significant other that you're calling to, or if you can hear the other person on the call. So this is the end box for this one here. Hopefully the 4 quadruple mic setup is working its magic and you can still listen to what I'm saying here. Let's check out the EarFun application that you can find on your favorite app store, either Google or Apple. And yeah, it detects the EarFun Clip 2 immediately, shows me, of course, the battery state here of the case and of the buds. I can name it. I have a gaming mode that is lowering the latency by sacrificing a little bit of the audio quality. I have certain other settings that I can have enabled, like theater mode, which is creating a little bit of a 3D surround sound. Actually, I like it for movies, but I don't like it so much for music. There's a privacy mode, which will lower the volume slightly bit to prevent leakage. Might be interesting if you're lots in calls and don't want anyone to eavesdrop. Then we have game sound effects that we can turn on that will enhance, improve the sound effects on footsteps, for example. So especially useful for gamers who like to have this, especially when they have a 3D person shooter. Then we have the EarFun equalizer, and here you can set up various different equalizers, like there's a bass boost, there's a treble boost, and some others is available here. You see lots and lots of them available here, and you can create your own custom EQ if you want to. I think it's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 band equalizer that you can set up here, and you can at the same time play back some music while you're adjusting this. And of course, if you have something, you have the ability to either delete it or you can go into it, you can see it. And I think there's a share button. You can share this EQ settings with your friends and family, which is also quite cool if you want to do that. I will stick most of the time to the default one, but you can see I was also playing around with another one here that was recommended by another reviewer here. We have Sound Sense, which is lets you freely adjust the sound based on the current music and save your preferred listening settings. I don't really know what this is doing. Probably it is like changing the volume a little bit here and there, or setting maybe an equalizer for something special. I really don't know. You can enable and disable it. I didn't notice any differences, to be completely honest. I can disable all controls with one tap. Super useful if you don't want controls to work. Otherwise, you have customizations for your earbuds, so the left and the right one that you can set up here. I told you about them already. Then we have a very fantastic feature called AI translation, because yeah, every new product that comes out has to do something with AI, but this one here is very useful, and you have to have a login, however, for this to work. It is translating your spoken text or spoken words into text, and then yeah, the one that you are trying to speak to in a different language can understand you, and vice versa. Very nice feature. I will show it to you after I logged in. We have some dual device connection ability here as well by default. You see it's now connected to my Pura X, which is this device here, Pura X Max actually. And then I can connect to a new device here, and I have even the possibility to switch out devices, which is quite cool to see it. There's a low power mode as well available that will reduce the volume a little bit, but will preserve then the energy. Like I said, 11 hours in the default state here. I'm happy. I don't need the low power mode. Bluetooth audio quality. This is something where, yeah, you might be a bit disappointed. LDAC by default is disabled, and you see lots and lots of high quality sound benefits when you enable LDAC, but for the OpenFit, I don't know if you need LDAC. And this is probably the reason why they disabled it, because then certain features like the dual device connection, multi-device connection is not working, and battery life of course will suffer if you don't have it on. Stable connection first is also, I think, makes sense to have it enabled by default. Then there are some voice prompt settings, so you can change the language here, even to German for my German speaking audience. Chinese, Japanese are available as well. Or you can have EarFun Times, which is like giving only some chimes instead of like spoken words in a different language. So the more neutral way of doing things. Hearing health is available as well. You have the ability to change the limit of maximum volume here, set it to a percentage, or you can also set the balance if you have some problems there to make it work better. Automatic shutdown after 10 minutes of not using it makes also a lot of sense. Find headphones is also possible. They play some sound and you are able to find them. Then there's a product tutorial as well available, just going to a website and giving you the PDF apparently, with the same thing that you get in the package here as well. So if you lost it, you don't worry, you have the possibility to take a look at here. There's an FAQ as well that hopefully will be updated for lots of stuff like how do I wear them, how I wear the Clip 2, and it will give you a nice instruction on how to do that. And there's a version which is quite interesting because you can update the version of the earbuds firmware as well, which is possible. And that's about it. That's the EarFun app. It's pretty solid. It's working nice. I don't have any issues there as well. There's even like Clean Earbuds Weekly Guide. So yeah, good app. And let's check out the AI translation feature. Let's check out the AI translator. We have basically two modes here, the face-to-face one and the real-time one. The real-time is basically like a Google Translate. It's translating from English to Chinese, or from Chinese to English, or any other language that you can choose here. You can see there are tons of languages available. Spanish in various different options, Philippine, French in various different options, Hebrew, lots and lots of ones that you can choose. I think even German is there, Turkish is there as well, Swedish, lots and lots of language. But let's keep it for real. Let's keep it with Chinese, and let's go to the face-to-face. Maybe you go to China like I did, and you want to meet someone and to ask someone, and someone is talking to you and you don't understand what he's saying, your first time there. So let's try out my perfect Chinese now. Ni hao ma. And I got now the translation here on my earbud. It's playing back and says in perfectly natural English language actually, hello, how are you? And I can say and answer, hey, I'm fine, how are you? And then it's playing back here, and yeah, I would give one of the earpieces to the other guy and he would get even the sound also in perfect Chinese, as far as I heard it. And of course you can see the text. You can flip it around if you want to lie it flat on a table and you have the other person sitting on the opposite side of the table, which is quite interesting. So yes, it's working fine, and I think it's very natural sounding, and maybe I can try it out when I'm in China next time. One thing that is a bit unfortunate, if you have connected the EarFun Clip 2 to another device. They appear then on a new device that you want to connect them to, but you cannot connect them because they will say it's impossible. So that means that this is not possible. That even if I have both of them, or I have 3 devices connected already to the EarClip 2 and want to pull one connection from one device to another, it's not possible, sadly, with them. So what I have to do in order to do that, I have to disconnect them here, and then if they wouldn't connect directly to this device, again disconnect them from here, search for devices here, and then I can pair them up with a new device, and then they're connected, and then I should be able also to connect them to the secondary device here as well. Yes, and now I have them connected to 2 devices, but pulling one connection from another third device, sadly not possible. All in all, the EarFun Clip 2 promises a lot and it delivers a lot. 11 hours battery life on the clips plus 29 hours with the charging case gives us 40 hours of battery life, which is insane, almost mind-blowing for this kind of headphones. We have LDAC support if we need the best in terms of audio. We have a very neutral, more mid-centric and high-centric kind of sound that is, a welcome surprise due to all the sea of bass heavy open fit clip earbuds. This is very, very good. We have a very solid application. We have AI translation that is very useful and natural, that I would highly recommend using even over Google Translate or any other, because it is natural sounding and you can just give one of those clips to another person because you don't have any earwax issues with those, because you just clip them on your ear and not putting it in your ear canal. So yes, very, very good headphones that I can highly recommend. The price is right for the EarFun Clip 2, and the audio quality also surprising good for the microphones, because it is delivering very good audio quality, even very busy environments, even though it's heavy distortion, free sound possible with those, even with the microphones. The other person on the line can definitely understand you, even if you might run into trouble understanding the person because it's so loud around you. So all in all, a link down below. These are sent to me by EarFun, but the opinion of course is my own. And if you want to have more questions answered, put them down below. Until the next time.